Hey, what's going on, everyone? I am here to give you my WWE NXT review for February 25th, 2015. This was a damn good episode of NXT. It was just amazing, like it is every week. It just gets better and better. So let's talk about it. So we have Alex Riley, Tom Phillips, and Corey Graves on commentary. And the first match is Hideo Itami versus Bo Dempsey. I thought this was actually a pretty good match. Bo Dempsey hits a wicked, it just dominates the first half of the match. It's a wicked shoulder block on Itami. And then Bo Dempsey hits a wicked clothesline on Itami, tries to cover him, but Itami kicks out. And then Hideo Itami comes back with some kicks, hits a drop kick in the corner, and then he hits a drop kick on Bo Dempsey for the win. So I thought that was fine. Good match, and I thought it was the winner. I was fine with that. And then Itami goes to leave. Tyler Breeze comes out and super kicks him in the face. And then he's going to, like, take a selfie. And he has the selfie stick. Damn, what is it with these selfie sticks? Like, how could you even take a selfie with that? But that's not the point. I'm not even going to talk about that. But he's taking too much time because he's trying to get in position. See, you can't even get in the right position with the selfie stick. He probably would have been better off taking it without it. But then Itami gets up, beats the crap out of him, and chases him and Tyler Breeze, when they get to the ring, Tyler Breeze just escapes, and they're gonna continue that feud. I think that's fine. Gives something for both guys to do, and it will help elevate Hideo Itami. And then we get the Brian Kendrick video package. Yes. I never thought I would say that again. The Brian Kendrick returned to NXT. I talked about it that with my Google Hangout a couple weeks ago with Jemiah Pin WWE. And if you want to check it out on YouTube, feel free to do that. Maybe I'll leave it in the description box somewhere. Actually, I will. But I thought it was great stuff. I did like the Brian Kendrick. I really did. I thought he had a lot of talent. He had a good mic skills. I liked his finisher. He had a great character. I just loved it. I never really had to talk about the Brian Kendrick before because he was never really around when I started making videos. He was in TNA. I wasn't really reviewing TNA. And then when I started watching TNA, he was gone. But I do like the Brian Kendrick. He is the longest reigning WWE tag team champion with his partner Paul London. They went on to have a year-long tag team title run. Then they lost it to a tag team called Deuce and Domino, and then they moved on to Raw. And I remember on house shows they beat Lance Cade and Trevor Murdoch to win the World Tag Team Championships, and then they lost them. And then Brian Kendrick, he was just Brian Kendrick, got drafted to SmackDown in 2008, and they became that's when the Brian Kendrick character debuted. He had Ezekiel Jackson as his bodyguard. I thought that was cool. One thing I will never forget about the Brian Kendrick is when he was in the championship scramble match with guys like Triple H, Jeff Hardy, Shelton Benjamin, and MVP, and he was in there. Most of the matches guys were mid-card, but to be in there with a guy like Triple H and Jeff Hardy, and it was kind of cool because technically it wasn't even though it wasn't legitimate, because if you got a pinfall in the match, you would become the champion. It was cool to see the Brian Kendrick technically hold the title, because technically he was WWE champion. I remember he got a pinfall, so that was cool. And then he just kind of wandered around and went nowhere. I don't really know why. They didn't really do anything with him. I thought he could have been a good mid-card champion for SmackDown or something. But I guess not. Maybe him and Ezekiel Jackson could have held the tag team titles. They did have a tag team title feud with the Colognes, which it had consisted of Carlito and Primo. So they did have a tag team title feud. And then the Brian Kendrick got drafted back to Raw, and he kind of went nowhere. Then he got released, and then he went to TNA. And I don't really know what his run did. I remember he was X Division champion, and I heard he had amazing matches with Austin Aries for the title, and then he was gone, and now he's back on NXT. I don't know if he's back full time or if he's just back temporarily, but The only thing they showed in the video package was the Brian Kendrick character, but I just thought it was awesome to finally see him back because I really did like the Brian Kendrick. And then we get a match. It's the Lucha Dragons, which consists of Sin Cara and Kalisto versus Ty Dillinger and Jason Jordan. Decent match. I'm not really going to go into detail because the story is more important than the match itself. Ty Dillinger just thinks he has things well in hand, and Jason Jordan wants him to tag him in, but he won't tag him in. And then when he's finally about to, Jason Jordan gets off the apron and says, "I don't need this," and walks off. And then Sin Cara beats him. Well, Kalisto hits the Salito del Sol, and then Sin Cara beats him with a Swanton Bomb for the win. And I forgot to mention before the match happened, Solomon Crow, who was the guy that debuted last week, the hacker, comes up on hacks the match when Ty Dillinger and Jordan are making their entrance, and says last week was just to make a statement, and he said he's going to keep doing that until he becomes the NXT champion. I thought it was a decent promo. I'm liking Solomon Crow so far. He seems like a decent character. And then Finn Balor gets interviewed and says he's going to beat the Brian Kendrick tonight, and when the time is right, he will face Kevin Owens for the NXT championship. I thought it was a fine promo, interview segment. And then Ty Dillinger calling out Jason Jordan in the win, and he said that he doesn't care who comes out, he'd kick any of their asses. And then Baron Corbin comes out and beats him in 15 seconds. That's about it. I thought it was fine. I am a fan of Baron Corbin. I have no idea what they're going to do with him now because he's kind of done with the Bo Dempsey feud, and you can't really go back to that. In the future, I would like to see him face Kevin Owens for the NXT championship, and that would be awesome. So then Charlotte gets interviewed, and next week she's going to have a rematch for the NXT Women's Championship. Sasha Banks is going to defend it against Charlotte, and Charlotte says that Sasha Banks has never beat her in a one-on-one match, and that's not going to change after next week. That's pretty much what she says. And she said that the title is coming back to her. And then Tyler Breeze is backstage, and he's talking about I actually kind of don't remember what he said. I kind of zoned out doing his backstage promo, but he talks about how that he's gonna pretty much put down Hideo Itami. I kind of forget what he said. And then Rhino gets interviewed, and he says that that he's on NXT because he had heard that when he was gone, he had heard things about NXT, and he heard that, and then he checked it out himself and saw that the people have this drive and passion to be successful. And he has that same drive, and he wants to use that to launch his career. I'm glad to see Rhino at NXT. I think it's a great idea. It helps teach the young guys how to work matches. Well, not that they already don't know, but maybe it helps them to wrestle a veteran like Rhino. And I think he could do some good stuff on NXT. And then Jason Jordan gets interviewed and says that he'll explain why he did what he did to Ty Dillinger when the time is right. And then we get the last match. It's the Brian Kendrick. He makes his big return at WWE versus Finn Balor with Kevin Owens on commentary. I'm going to get into what Kevin Owens does because he does something big on commentary. And it's actually going to be the title of this video. So, but I'm going to talk about the spots of the match first. Finn Balor and him are just chain grappling. One spot is the Brian Kendrick tries to go up over the ropes, and he lands on his feet, but he tweaks his knee. I don't know if he was selling it or if he really hurt his knee. And then he tries to roll up Finn Balor, but Balor kicks out. And then Finn Balor hits a drop kick and knocks the Brian Kendrick outside the ring. And then I want to talk about what happened on commentary. I never talk about this, but Alex Riley and Kevin Owens were teasing some tension because Alex Riley wasn't happy that Kevin Owens was showing no remorse towards Sami Zayn in his match, and he acted, and that's a guy that's been his friend for years. So then it was kind of awkward on commentary. So then Kevin Owens says, "You know what? I'm just gonna leave before I do something I regret." So then he leaves, and I thought that was awesome. But then the Brian Kendrick goes off the top and hits a tornado DDT. And then he hits a drop kick and then he goes for the Kendrick, but Finn Balor counters, hits the neck breaker, hits a drop kick into the corner, and then hits this double stomp off the top rope for the win. This was an amazing match, though. It's definitely worth checking out. And then Kevin Owens comes back out, has like a face-off with Finn Balor, but then he goes over to Alex Riley. They have a face-off, and then Finn Balor tosses Alex Riley over the announce table and lays him out. I thought this made Finn Balor look really strong. I don't know what they're gonna do with this. I think they're gonna have a possible Kevin Owens Alex Riley feud for the title, and I really wouldn't complain about that. That would be awesome. To see Alex Riley out there wrestling again, that would be cool. Or maybe next week they'll just do one match and just to build up Kevin Owens and to being the stronger monster, because he just looks like an absolute monster right now. Because I'm not going to say beast, but he looks like a beast too. He just looks like a badass though. Kevin Owens does what he wants, when he wants, and I love it. And that was NXT this week. NXT actually has been the best wrestling show again. We had a good match between Atami and both. It was a lot of storytelling too. DMC, we got to see the return of the Brian Kendrick. We got to see Rhino on the show. The only thing I didn't like was the Ty Dillinger Jason Jordan feud, because I don't really think they really went anywhere as a tag team. So what the hell are they gonna do with them singly? I just hope. I mean, it could be a decent feud, but we'll see. Solomon Crowe was good this week. I like the stuff with Atami and Tyler Breeze, and I like the main event with the Brian Kendrick versus Finn Balor, and I like the stuff with Kevin Owens and Alex Riley. This was an amazing episode of NXT. I'm so hot. It's just awesome to see that NXT can be a good show, because it's just awesome. But anyhow, that's pretty much it, guys. If you want to see more reviews from me on this channel, you can click down there to subscribe. And if you guys want to join my Google Hangout this Sunday, 8:00 p.m., just let me know and Facebook me. And then that's pretty much it, guys. See you later.